Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So before I start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Muhammad Aiman bin Arifin. I'm senior lecturer from UITM Arau Police, and the title of my paper for this international conference on advanced social research and education in education management and society 2021 is on analyzing the needs towards the development of robust HR analyst competency model and also an instrument for competency measurement. And for the introduction, since 2015, there was an increasing number of organizations started to understand the importance of data management to predict organizational performance. Okay, with that situation, the role of HR people in this context, or known as HR analysts, also have been highlighted significantly. Okay, HR analyst refers to a person who need to collect, combine, and analyze HR data and apply the existing data to predict future HR functions. So we have many functions in human resource. Here, for instance, performance management as well as employees turnover. So we can predict this phenomenon or this situation based on the data that we have. With many organizations now put emphasize the importance of people, right? Who can perform data management. The competencies of HR analysts comprises of a set of knowledge, skills, and abilities remain unclear. So until now, there are unclear message in terms of the required competency element for this profession. With the growing demand for HR analysts, the challenge is how to ensure that they are competent. Okay, to make sure that they are competent, okay, to meet the demand from the organization. So, in order for them okay, to predict future performance, for instance, okay, this is the challenge where uh, most of the previous study mentioned that there are lack of incompetent HR analysts, as mentioned by Edwards, 2016. Most of the people or an employee understanding the foundation of HR analytics but not competent to perform this task, which means predictive HR analytics. So this like explain okay, the concept of competency-based approach, okay, where we use this approach okay, to achieve the ultimate objective of this study. Okay, number one, we start with competency identification, where this phase focus on the activities to identify required competency elements, right, including knowledge, skills, abilities, and attitude of the HR analyst. And then once we have few elements, we can develop a framework for competency model. This framework comprises of personal and job competency elements. And then with the developed competency model, after that we okay intends to develop a competency measurement instrument okay using the valid model. Okay, we try to include good items in the measurement instrument, and we develop measurement instrument with valid competency measurement instrument. Okay, with strong validity and reliability evidence, we can use to measure okay, HR analysts okay, in terms of job and personal competencies, and the outcome from the measurement or the performance management activities can be used to develop or to tailor specific training and development initiative for this group of people or for this profession. Okay, so the objective of this study, in which number one is to identify the requires competency for HR analysts and to develop a competency measurement model for HR analysts. Okay, at the same time, we intend to develop and validate competency measurement instrument for HR analysts, and with the valid items, we try to develop also. Okay, we also try to develop a competency profile okay, for HR analysts. However, okay, this paper only discuss okay, the preliminary findings related to the need analysis toward the development and validation of competency model and competency measurement instrument for HR analysts. So talking about the importance of need study, which is the main focus in this paper. Number one is to check the study feasibility, and number two to examine the issues and challenges related to this profession, and then to provide suggestion to overcome. Maybe from this study we want to suggest few things on how to address issues and challenges. And number four, right, the importance to conduct the study, how importance uh, this kind of study need to be conducted. And point number five, the importance to include specific construct or sub-construct for the measurement model. Maybe we intend to include specific constructs so we can ask others to give their opinion based on the questionnaire provide provided by them to them. Okay, and then to importance. Okay, the importance to be used as tools for employee training and development procedure. So this is the importance of why we need to conduct this study. So this shows the results from the needs analysis or need study towards development of competency measurement model and instrument for competency measurement. So as you can see, we have more than many items here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 items used for the need analysis. And then as you can see, right, most of these respondents or experts involved in this study, okay, agreed towards to proceed or agreed towards the needs to develop the competency model for HR analysts as well as instrument for competency measurement. So for the discussion section, from all majority of the expert panel involved in this study, or 90% agreed there are currently no comprehensive instruments for measuring this profession, HR analyst competency from this perspective of competency. And then the expert panel will also ask the significance of having the new instrument, which can be used as a tools to ensure all HR analysts understand the importance of both job and personal competencies, in order for them to be more effective profession and to produce competent HR analysts at the same time to meet the demand from the organization and industry. And from all of these items, more than 80% agreed to support development of new instrument to measure HR analyst competencies. And all of the 100%, all of the expert 100% agreed that having an instrument for measuring HR analyst competencies is vital or important for their assessment. So which means that based on the item we try to get the consensus, expert panel consensus on the needs to develop new instrument from both job and personal competencies, and then the importance of this instrument to be used as an input for training and development initiative to ensure that we can produce more competent HR analysts in the future. As for the conclusion, as the volume of the organization focusing on the data management to predict future HR function and improving the performance of the organization, the role of this profession or HR analyst need to be developed. So, with the right competencies comprises of knowledge, skills, and abilities, okay, uh, members of the profession are able to analyze the management data to help top management positioning future strategy for internal and external benefits. So it is important for the management or the top management to implement a competency-based approach to tailor specific career development specific activities for this profession, in order to enhance their competency level in the future, and then contribute their expertise, HR analyst expertise, towards the success of the organization. And a few suggestions for future research based on this study. As this study involves small number of samples, future studies can be conducted across different jobs. So which means that maybe we want to know, okay, the difference between new HR analysts and experienced or senior HR analysts. And then also we can conduct a comparative study between two countries, which means that maybe once we develop this instrument, we can test for in other countries, okay, between Asia and Europe, for instance, and we try to see and observe whether there are significant difference between these two countries. And then future researchers also can explore other types of assessment. So as this study concentrated on developing an instrument, a self-assessment instrument. So in the future, maybe we can develop other instrument towards developing 360 competency measurement instrument, which means that we have, for instance, we have self-assessment. At the same time, we have other type of assessment, and then when we combine, okay, that we call it 360 competency measurement. And then from the methodology perspective, it is expected that more research to use, okay, mixed method study, okay, in order to put an attempt to identify the best knowledge, skills, abilities, or attitudes, okay, in terms of the elements, new elements, okay. And also it also hope that researcher put an effort to publish. Okay, it is important for previous researcher, okay, current researcher, or as well as future researcher, okay, to report, right, to report their findings, okay, especially study related to instrument development, including the psychometric fallacy evidence, okay, for future references. Okay, so because based on this kind of finding, okay, we hope that we can see, okay, any we can observe, okay, anything that we can improve, okay, the measurement instrument in the future. Okay, so it is important especially to report, okay, the psychometric property of the measurement instrument, okay, to guide future researchers as well as authors in this study. So that's all from me. So thank you very much, and all the best.